One way for everyday employees to grow their wealth is through equity in the company they're working for. But according to Carta.com, more than half of vested equity options are not exercised. That totals to about $580 million that is not going into people's pockets. Now, more and more companies like Harley-Davidson and Chobani are offering employees stake. Jane Alexander joins me now for more on this. She's the Chief Marketing Officer at Carta, an equity management platform. Hi, Jane. Great to have you with us. So what does it mean to have equity in a company, and how can people get it?
Yeah, and thank you for having me. What it means to have equity in a company is that you have an ownership stake in that company. So what that means is as the value of the company grows, so grows your ownership stake in it. And you can get equity in a couple of ways. You can get equity through investing in the company as an accredited investor, but more and more, you can also get equity as an employee as a part of your compensation package.
So this is something that you suggest employees negotiate when they get hired, or is it something that they can negotiate later on if they've already been working for the company for several years?
Either one. Equity ownership and equity as a part of compensation packages has already become the standard for Silicon Valley technology companies, but we're seeing it, as you mentioned, become more and more common outside of Silicon Valley and outside of technology. So we're seeing company employees more often ask their employers, hey, do you have equity as a part of your compensation package here, whether you're starting fresh or you're already an employee at the company?
Now, we know every individual case is different and every company is different, but how much can someone's wealth realistically grow if you have equity in the company you work for, and how long would it take?
Yeah, well, what we've seen is that real wages have grown over the past 20, 25 years about 1% to 2% each year. But what we've seen is that equity values, equity values, have grown 7% each year in that same time period. So what we're seeing is a real opportunity for employees to grow wealth using equity. And equity can be a long-term opportunity for employees to grow wealth. It benefits from favorable tax advantages, favorable tax treatment, like long-term capital gains. And there's really an opportunity for employees to not only build wealth today, but to build wealth for their futures using equity.
And you have a way for people to learn more about all of this, is that right? You have something called the Equity 101 program at Carta. How does it work?
Absolutely.
And is it free to anyone to just log on and learn about?
Absolutely. Yeah, you can think of Equity 101 as kind of the masterclass for equity. Nobody grows up knowing this stuff, and very few people actually have somebody that they can ask. What does this mean? Or what does it mean to exercise your options? What's the difference between vesting and exercising your options? And so we wanted to create that seminal course where you can come and in just over an hour, learn the basics of equity ownership and understand, how do I advocate for this ownership? What does it mean? How do I make use of it? How is it taxed? All of the basics are included, and it's absolutely free for everybody. This shouldn't be something that you have to pay for. We hope it's something that's part of every employee's compensation package. And as such, you should really be able to understand how to use it.
All right. Well, thank you for illuminating us on that, telling us a little bit about the ins and outs of equity. Jane Alexander from Carta. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you so much.